We have Daniel Gill on with us today. He is a multi-American Ninja Warrior, been on the show multiple times. He's also building his own personal brand as an entrepreneur off of the ninja industry. So we're going to talk with him today about all of things ninja. So Daniel, thanks so much for being on with us today.
Thank you, Allie. Good to be with you, Jake. I'm excited to get to be with both you guys today and share my story, talk all things ninja, and have a great time. Make some good memories.
I want to add to that, he's also a singer, which you rocked the national anthem. That was super impressive. And then followed up with the prayer. That was one of the highlights of UNA for me, actually.
Yeah, no, it was really exciting. I come from a background as a singer, and they still talk about it too on the show each year that I've been a worship leader for a number of years. And so when I came out to do UNAA last week, one of the directors, Bob, he was like, "Hey, would you mind singing the national anthem?" I was like, "Sure, absolutely." He's like, "And also afterward, can you do an opening prayer?" And I was like, "Dude, I would be honored, it'd be a privilege, and I will give it my utmost." And it worked out really well both days that I was able to do the national anthem and opening prayer, and it was great just to get to be there for so much more than just competing in the actual competition and event. So really a great experience, and I was able to have a lot of people come up afterward and just encourage me and support me and tell me, whether they meant it or not, that I did a good job.
No, you did. You rocked it. Great job with that, too.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic, let's hop right into that. You've been very outspoken about your and how that kind of interacts with ninja. So how do you feel like those two worlds combine? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, gosh. I mean, that kind of goes back to even before I even did American Ninja Warrior at all, or any form of OCR. I was in full-time ministry, basically. I was going to a 2-year Bible college in Houston, Texas, where I live. And at the time, I was traveling on world missions all over the globe: Bulgaria, Japan, Malaysia, Honduras, and Rome, and all these places. And I was like, man, I could very easily see myself going into full-time ministry, whether as a pastor of a church somewhere, or maybe as a full-time worship leader at a church, or maybe even as a missionary overseas, because I love the travel, I love the cultures, I love just bringing light and hope to an otherwise dark and hopeless world. And so during that season of my life, then lo and behold, a friend of mine at that Bible school said, "Hey, I work at a gym you might be interested in." Come to find out, it was the only gym in Houston at the time that was training for American Ninja Warrior. Started doing that and was like, okay, I'll use this as ministry, and I'll be an encouragement, be a light, and use this as a platform of ministry, quote unquote. And I guess like almost 12 years now later, it's just been, I've seen great success. I think that's because I've done my very best, though imperfectly, to put God first in all of my endeavors, whether athletically, entrepreneurially, in all of my relationships. And I try to do right by others, and there's a lot of good reciprocation that comes from that. And just a platform of Ninja Warrior, and each season that I compete, I put Kingdom big and bold across my chest, because as much as I am known as an athlete, I don't exist to build up a sport or build up my own name. I exist to build a kingdom that I belong to, and that's, as a Christian, like the kingdom of God. So that my faith is so much more than just my brand on Ninja Warrior.